Welcome to AI Arch Wizard. In this episode, I would like to talk about Gemini, Google Gemini for Google Home Voice Assistant. Here you can see I am inside of Google Home app, mobile app for iPad. But before I start talking about it, let me mention two terms. Term number one, Roach Motel. I asked, what is Roach Motel in context of internet services? And the answer here, as you can see, is a Roach Motel is a deceptive design pattern or dark pattern where an internet service makes it very easy to sign up, to buy a product, to subscribe, but intentionally difficult and confusing to cancel, delete an account, or unsubscribe. At Google Corporation, previously, they had a motto, don't do evil, but by using this Roach Motel pattern, in case of Google Gemini for Google Home Assistant, where it is impossible, it's not easy to disable Google Gemini for Google Home Assistant, they are proving that they are evil. So Roach Motel, you can easily turn on Google Gemini for Google Home Smart Speaker and Voice Assistant, but you cannot easily disable it. And another term that is related to this topic has been coined by Cory Doctorow, is called Enshittification. Enshittification is a gradual decline in quality of digital platforms and services over time. This term describes how companies first offer great features to attract users, shift to rewarding business customers, and finally maximize short-term profits for shareholders at everyone else's expense. And interestingly, it has three stages of decay, the enshittification. That it is good for users, a platform launches with high quality, low prices, or free services to draw people in. Then it is good for businesses. Once users are locked in, the platform shifts value towards advertisers and third-party sellers. And then finally, extraction for shareholders. The service degrades for both users and businesses, as the company squeezes out every last bit of profit. So how does this apply? It applies because Google has activated or make it easy to activate Google Gemini for Google Home, probably to extract value from shareholders, because shareholders want to see profit from investments in AI data centers, in AI infrastructure. And since a Google Gemini is not the most popular, currently ChatGPT from OpenAI is number one for consumers, and number two for enterprises, and Claude from Anthropic is number one for enterprises and number two for consumers. Google Gemini is lagging, so they're trying to put this Gemini everywhere, also to Google Smart Speakers. So how this service is deteriorating? So people are complaining. In my case, my problem is that I was listening to radio stations from different countries, and I was saying simply through my Google Home Assistant, play and the name of the station, of the radio station, and it was immediately playing. But now when I say it, it has big difficulty to find proper radio station. So I have to do tricks like play and extend the name of the radio station, and also on and put the name of some platform or some app that where it is agreeable. So previously, very easy. That's I say play, the name of the radio station, but now I have it has problems to start playing radio station. How stupid it is. And Google is very annoying by not, you see, here in the settings, I click on the Google Home for Gemini for Home Voice Assistant, and there's no ability to disable it. There's no ability to switch it off, to go back. And the other complaints that people have, that they were showing the pictures. For example, people are angry that it's not showing pictures, but it is maybe I will call some. Enabling the Gemini update on my Google Home speaker was a mistake. I mostly use my Nest speaker to play ambient sounds and toggle lights. So like in my case, I play radio stations and I also toggle lights. And not only do I not need generative AI soap to do this, the Gemini update also nearly tripled my response time while putting the continued conversation feature behind the paywall. This is free on the old assistant, so they're complaining us about the paywall. I also got rid of quite a bit of personality. Yes, my voice that I have is very woke sounding, and sometimes is complaining, don't talk to me this way. Like, like a woke person. And here another person is complaining. It does everything slower and then acts like it's ready for you to give it a bevel. It doesn't understand many things. The old assistant did. So Gemini for Google Home Speaker. It gives a lot of superfluous info. You see? So people are complaining. So how to turn it off? To turn it off, one way is how do you turn off Gemini on Google Home devices? I was given the option to put Gemini on my Google Home devices. I'm quoting. I have 7, and I did it. But the features by kids was used, like asking Google to show them pictures of things that they are learning for school, or logos are no longer working. And Gemini describes how something looks, but doesn't show any images. So I've looked everywhere on how to roll back or turn off Gemini, but I have had no success. And here guys are saying what to do to disable it. And one way that is recommended here by many people is you need to create a new home inside of the Home app. So this is this Home app here. A new home inside of the Home app. Then delete the speaker device from the first home, factory reset the Google Home speaker, and then add it to the new home. Moving my other devices to the new home just took a few clicks, and the assistant, the old one, is back. And here somebody says this Gemini fiasco reminds me of the Sonos release catastrophe last year. Voice commands no longer work on set devices. In my home, due to Gemini, I know it's Gemini's voice commands function because they work via the Google Home app. So You see, people are very angry. And this trick with new home is one of the ways. So you create new home and then delete, speaking from this old home, and add it to, do the factory reset and add it to the new home. And another way is recommended directly from Google to disable Gemini and revert to the classic Google Assistant for your ecosystem. Switch your default mobile assistant back to Google Assistant. Opt out of early access programs inside the Google Home app, or leave the public preview. So, disabling on mobile and opting out. Open the Gemini app on your phone, tab or tablet, tap your profile picture, go to settings and select Digital Assistant from Google to switch back to Google Assistant. Open the Google Home app, tap your profile icon, go to settings, Google Assistant, and toggle off or leave Gemini for home if available. So I'm leaving this preview. In the Google Home app, tap your profile icon, select public preview, and choose leave public preview. So you see, these are the ways. At Google, shame on Google for not enabling people to go back to the old Gemini. To the old assistant without generative AI. They have just enabled it, and a lot of people have problems with it. So I showed you ways how to revert, how to go back to the assistant without generative AI, without Gemini. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. This channel is covering only AI tools, how to get most out of AI tools. It's not covering politics. So it could be useful for you. And if you didn't like, give it a like. Thank you for watching.